What happened to Modern Firearms? The last time I covered this mod was actually over a year ago, on December 5th, 2016, which is pretty crazy. That was for the version 2.5 release that brought in a ton of cool new content and actually a lot of cool stuff to Fallout 4. If you guys don't know, what Modern Firearms is a mod that brings in a ton of new weapons into Fallout 4's leveled list. It really transformed the game. But for that reason, it was very polarizing. Typically, people either loved Modern Firearms and couldn't play without it, or they steered away from it because, they just weren't about that life. Unfortunately, if you look at that old version, or even just look at the background video, you'll realize that Modern Firearms back then, at least, didn't have custom animations. And as weapon mods got more and more updates and a higher level of quality was kind of becoming standard, Modern Firearms became more and more dated, even though some of the other aspects of that mod continue to be pretty, forward thinking is the right word. Some features in that mod we don't have even with some of the best weapon mods of today, like toggleable underbarrel shotguns or grenade launchers. That's awesome and something we don't see a ton of. And even beyond that, there's very few good weapon packs for Fallout 4 right now. And if you're newer to Fallout 4 modding, you may not know Modern Firearms actually hasn't been on Nexus in a even longer time. I believe they were caught using assets that weren't necessarily there, so they were barred from Nexus and reside now on Bethesda.net. So is it dead? Is that it? Do we just kind of pack up this video, call it a day? Well, no, actually they've been hard at work at the 3.0 update for a while now, and there's a ton of new content coming in that. In the background, I'm going to be sharing with you some images and videos from the team. Everything can be found on their Discord, and you could even go there if you just want to keep up to date with the progress being made on the mod. I will have a full link to their Discord down below if you're interested in that. I definitely recommend you guys check it out if you have any interest, and even wait for the end of the video because you're going to see what kind of stuff they have been working on and why I think you should be excited. In addition, if you guys just enjoy my content, you could leave a like or a comment on this video to help support me and grow my channel. So for this video, I'm going to go over some of the more big picture stuff like the new features being added in and show you some of the new guns, but not necessarily go over each individual gun because that would actually take forever. If you are interested in specifics though and you want to know each individual feature being added in, you're going to be able to find that on their Discord. Either way, in the background, I'm going to show you some of the new content that is coming, specifically the weapons and the attachments on those weapons. There's actually a ton of new content going to be coming in this new iteration, that being Modern Firearms 3.0, because they got a ton of permissions from other people. That include FX0X01, of course, made a ton of stuff that he has put out for Fallout 4. Some of your favorite weapons, AK-74U, the RU-556, the G36. They're basically allowing them to use any of the different models and attachments from those mods and include them in Modern Firearms as kind of a weapon pack. In addition, actually, Ubisoft Montreal allowed them to do this. So that's the developer behind Rainbow Six Siege, the video game. So yeah, they're going to be able to use assets from that game and bring them into Fallout 4 as a mod, or really into Modern Firearms. And even beyond all of that, they got permission to use assets from Payday 1 and 2, another game that you can get if you're interested. So that's a pretty huge deal, and obviously that's going to take a lot of time to actually bring all of that content over, or as much of it as they do want to use. That's also going to be really awesome that they did get permission from these AAA developers, as well as FX0X01, because him and the people that work with him have created what is pretty much a AAA game's worth of content for Fallout 4. And as you could probably guess from this, a lot of this is getting custom animations. This is just one set of the custom animations for the AKS-74U that will be coming in this new update. These are by Fiddler Green, but also War Daddy's animations, the Shiny Haxorus's animations, and Haru's animations will also be used. That being, some of their existing content has been allowed to be used in this larger mod. That was really one of the major complaints of me and many others for this mod. No custom animations was a deal breaker for a lot of people, and getting that in now is going to be huge, and I think got a lot of people to use this again. We also have some images and videos of just some other miscellaneous stuff that they have been working on that looks awesome. This airburst Merv looks amazing and super fun to use in game. Explosive weapons are pretty scarce, and Modern Firearms continues to be one of the best options to actually get a decent variety of grenade launchers and other explosives. We have images of just some of the blanket weapons that will be included in this latest update, as well as some of the other ones that are already in the mod. The Shiny Haxorus has allowed these guys to use his RPG model, even though that's not this one. The updated one that you probably have seen make a video on in the past will be included with this, which is awesome because that is an awesome weapon. And really just a ton more stuff as you're seeing in the background in these images and even some of the videos. This is without a doubt going to be one of the biggest mods for Fallout 4 period, but also definitely the biggest weapon pack because there's very few options as weapon packs go, as I did mention before. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It looks amazing. These guys have been doing a ton of work over the past few months, as I did mention. You can find links to their Discord down below and then links to everything else I did show you on their Discord if you're interested in that, as well as keep even more up to date. Then of course I'm going to make videos on the topic. But of course now for our psych fun fact of the day. I've actually kind of talked about this one in a stream before, but we actually have an amazing capability to create false memories, which is actually pretty scary. I remember learning about this in class and I was like, all right, I don't want to trust my own brain now. More or less, there was a study conducted on a bunch of, I think, teenagers to young adults, that general age range. I don't actually know the specifics for this one, I just remember learning about it. And more or less what they had there was photoshopped images of those people as kids. So let's say you as a kid doing something, like one example was a hot air balloon, you in a hot air balloon. The experimenter would ask them a few questions about that experience, this being totally false. They never actually went in a hot air balloon. And many of the people would be like, oh yeah, I kind of remember doing that, but it's kind of hazy. Or maybe provide a few details or just be like, I really don't know. Well, upon a follow-up return, over 50% of the people that they did this research on actually were able to tell a story about that event. So this was like 2 weeks later. After I show you this fake image of you in a hot air balloon, you come back to me 2 weeks later and you're able to tell me what you did that day. One of the kids involved in this actually told a whole little story about how his mom was mad at him for going in the hot air balloon. All of this, of course, being fake. He had never been in a hot air balloon before. And it kind of just demonstrated how easy it was to actually implant false memories in people. And by proxy, some of the implications false memories can have. Yeah, it's pretty much going to wrap it up for this one. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. I thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.